LinkedIn is out this morning with its list of the top U.S. startups of 2019. With us now to reveal the big names on the topic is Jesse Hempel, Senior Editor at Large at LinkedIn. Good morning.
Good morning.
So let's talk about some of these names. I have to admit, I don't know all of these companies. Some of these are these guys are like, we're on the edge of the edge now here.
Right. Well, and that's the point, Andrew, right? Because so we've been doing this list for 3 years. And this list, what it measures is where people want to work on LinkedIn right now. And so these are the companies that are growing that maybe you haven't heard of that probably 3 years from now you will.
Okay, so let's go. Snowflake. A lot of people get called Snowflake, and that's like a derisive term.
I'm just saying that
on Twitter, on social media, I've been called a snowflake before.
Do not look over at me.
I'm just saying.
Listen, if you were working at Snowflake, you would not find it a derisive term, because this is an enterprise software company that's growing.
This is one of your favorite. This is your cocktail conversation company. It's a cloud company.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he talks about the cloud at cocktail parties.
Unfortunately, it's like a 10-second conversation, because if they need any details or color, I kind of get stuck. But
you just say growing.
Right.
Growing.
Just the cloud is just very.
Okay, so number 2 on the list is Deucist. Deucist.
Surprised you don't know this one. This is a cannabis company.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Listen,
yeah, Andrew. How come you don't know that one? I'm surprised.
You're surprised?
I think it's very interesting. This is the first year.
My off hours, right?
First year in the U.S. that we've had a cannabis company on the list of top startups. It tells us a lot about what I assume will be a fast-growing industry.
How do you measure it and rank it? How
do we rank it? Well, okay, so we're looking basically at the interactions that people on LinkedIn are taking, and we're figuring out where they most want to work. So what is that? That is, first of all, headcount. Like, who is applying to these companies' jobs? How many applications they get for each job? We're looking at how people are connecting to people on the site. We're looking at how many people are visiting these companies' pages. So the reason why I like this list, Becky, is because it really is a reflection of what people are doing. This is not a bunch of editors sitting in a room wondering, like, is this company kind of cooler than that? This is actually what job seekers are telling us they're doing. So that's why I like it.
Is there one that surprised you on this list?
I mean, when you get past Deucist.
Yeah. Can you get past Deucist? People like Peloton.
People like Peloton.
And that's going public. I obviously think there would be more companies
people like stuff they do, right?
Well, heck. Exactly. You know, okay, so surprising. Have you guys heard of Brex? Have you been talking about Brex?
We have not been talking about Brex.
Okay, so Brex is...
But we will now.
It is basically, it's trying to be the next American Express. And yes, that is big language, but that's what startups do, big language. It is run by a couple of 23-year-olds from Brazil, and this is their second big startup. And this company has raised more than $300 million in capital, and it's 2 years old. And it surprises me for its ambition and for the interest in it.
We saw Compass, and we've had the CEO of Compass, the founder, on a handful of times, including when he first started the company, and we didn't know what would happen to it, and now it's obviously grown to this crazy size.
Right.
Are most of those people, you think, looking for real estate jobs, meaning to be real estate brokers?
I mean, it's a lot of brokers. With Compass, it's a ton of brokers, but not entirely. I mean, so this list looks at full-time positions. So if the company calls it a full-time position, we're interested in it.
Right.
So
others on the list, Robinhood. Not Robinhood, the charity.
Not Robinhood, the charity.
But Robinhood, the finance company. The
finance company. And so that is another, sweet story, maybe, in Silicon Valley. It's a company that people are very excited about. It's hiring fast.
How much of this, though, is about trying to get in early before an IPO? Because I would have thought there might be some more companies that maybe they're trying to get in so early. This is early.
This is early, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at, say, the 2017 top startups list, of the top 5, maybe 3 have gone public this past year. So
what happened to the other 2? Are they still around?
The other 2 are WeWork and Airbnb. I think it's possible, right?
So maybe this is a good investment list. You're a venture
I wonder,
capitalist.
if you can look at it 2 years later.
You can look at this list for a lot of different purposes. First of all, if you compete with any of these companies, it's possible you will lose talent. Second of all, if you are doing any of these things these companies are doing, you may want to position yourself the way they're positioning themselves to the talent market. And I mean, you should certainly be looking at them for that reason.
Okay.